Afternoon, everyone. Happy Sunday. I'm echoing? Am I echoing? Hold on. How about now? Is that better? I wonder if it's using both my mics. What you guys got? You want me to look at anything while people are joining? Oil? Yeah, of course, oil. Tilray's been on quite a run lately. Says I have an excellent connection. I don't know if you guys have any stream issues. There's not much I can do about it. This is gonna be what it's gonna be, right? So, we're starting to have the first sign of slowing down. We had our selling climax here with our secondary push. Starting to roll over here. I'd imagine maybe we can hit $10 this week, but it's got to get through 870 first. And then it's got big resistance around 920. But I imagine if this is an impulse move, this would be your 1-2, this would be your 3. You have a 4, and then maybe a 5 to 10. Alright, let's see what else we got here. I was looking at banks this week. I liked a lot of banks. I almost put a bank in the newsletter, actually. This was it. Looking at People's Bank here. Really like the setup here. Yeah, you basically have an ascending triangle happening with potential breakouts already in process, so that was one that I was looking at. KBR, what was the other bank I was looking at? Maybe it was just this one. KBR looks interesting. Oh, M&T Bank. This was the other one. They both look very similar, obviously, so... I mean, you gotta think, banks, rate hikes are good for banks. If we get hawkish, more hawkish this Wednesday, if we have higher inflation data, it's probably good for banks. So wheat is actually down right now, about 2.5%. So there's a clear downtrend in it. There we go. See, I wouldn't expect wheat to do much maybe till the middle, maybe tomorrow night. Let's see what that does. Let's see what else you guys had here. HD, Home Depot. Man. So we get housing numbers Tuesday. That'll actually be interesting with Home Depot. I've been bearish on Home Depot for a while now. It's not looking great. That probably going to test 299 this week, I imagine. Fill that wick down here. It's got below a huge volume shelf. Yeah, that 299 mark seems all but inevitable this week to continue this breakdown. I mean, you had the retest right there and rejection. Get another bear flag. Retest into the end of the day there. Probably reject and might even hit 299 tomorrow. We'll see. Hey, what's going on? Feeling a little under the weather tonight. That's why I said it might be a little shorter. Dealing with just a headache that won't go away all weekend. But we're going to power through it. See what we can get through today. I don't love these lower lows that it's making into a bear flag. So this could potentially be a double top tilted a little bit, but we'll have to see. I'd love to see this get over that 44.30 mark before I really get super excited. Otherwise, this could be, you know, uptrend retest and fail. This could be coming down. I mean, I was looking around the market. Nothing particularly looks great. I did tweet out my Apple chart here. So I was under the understanding that it's probably going to reject here and then come back down to at least 168, which will support my theory of retrace to start the market this week. Sig and Dapper's classes are Thursday. I do Sunday nights. So my corn ticker of choice is CF and ADM. And ADM was such a beauty last week. This was actually my newsletter play last week. I had a chart like this. We played it off of the bounce here from 82 all the way to 93.50. I think this is bearish music. This song is actually called The Red Hand. So ADM was great. I made so I bought 90 calls on Monday for 20 cents each. Sold them Friday for $3 each. So a 1,500% on ADM calls called out in the newsletter. It was pretty fire play there. Let's see. Let's go back to Bank of America. Facebook. I've been seeing a lot of Facebook chatter lately. Don't love this push and then automatic reversal. This could be a selling climax here. You can see this huge green candle, or this could be a buying climax, I mean, which could signify the top. When you get these huge pushes and then low volume sell-offs, it basically means that buyers have become exhausted and it's starting to roll over. So you can see by the bottom curve here that the buying line is starting to become exhausted. Even though we have good volume there, it's starting to roll over, which is for me worrying. And that's what I'm seeing in the markets in general. Is I'm seeing these huge up thrusts with volume to begin with, and you're getting these tiny up thrusts at the end, but they're getting matched by low volume selling, which is pushing it back down on half the volume, which means buyers are becoming exhausted, which means we potentially have retracements, distribution, etc. that's going to happen this week. I've also been hearing some stories that a lot of funds were meeting their buying allocations recently, and basically they've run out of buying power that they're willing to spend, and so that just adds to my theory that the market's going to roll over this week. I have a feeling we're probably going to get some decent job and labor numbers, but what I also have a theory on is GDP will be interesting. I haven't gotten a good reading on whether it's going to be good or bad. It'll most likely be in line or slightly below in line, and the market will probably not react too much to it. You know, what the market will probably react to is the inflation data on Wednesday, because that's going to be setting up what we do with the Fed, right? So if the Fed uses the inflation data as their preferred inflation method on Wednesday, then if that comes out as accelerating, you can all but expect massive rate hikes, right? So I think also, you know, with the China shutting down, that's just going to cause more supply chain congestion and setbacks. So it's just not great. We keep going up, but there's not like there's technical reasons for it, but there's not fundamentals reasons for it. In the long run, the fundamentals will always weigh over the technicals. So we're moving up because of sellers exhaustion, and now we're starting to get buyers exhaustion, and so that's what's happening right now. So well, bend over. My intake on Nvidia. Nvidia of other stocks doesn't look terrible. I'm still concerned with supply chain issues on semiconductors, so that's my big issue with them. I do think that it's sitting below the most recent pivot here, and so for me, until it retakes 280, I would be leaning bearish on it, because this looks like a rounding top, and then this looks like you're basically retesting this breakdown. This was a nice candle at the end of the day, but it just could be people covering into the weekend. So look for this to either go bullish above 280 or bearish below 273. Yeah, I imagine Tesla will be going down this week. Tesla Shanghai shutting down when that's one of their largest sources of revenue was China. Them not being able to make cars over there will turn this into a distribution pattern most likely, and you should see Tesla potentially come back down to 950 if it can't hold. So it's either gonna have a quick pop for people to cover, and then it's gonna go down, or it's just gonna go down and break down. This is more of a bear flag than a bull flag, by the way. So you do have the big pull right here, but you do also have a huge pull down here, and all the price action is taken down below here. Now, if price action was taking action above the 50% retracement, you'd have more of a bull flag there. So I'm not a huge Tesla fan. I like Tesla as the company, just don't love the stock. So you guys do with that information as you want. Netflix. So again, you're seeing these rounding patterns all over. Netflix is ahead of the curve, these rounding patterns. So, will be interesting if the streaming services get a boost from the COVID over in China. The COVID NATO. But we'll have to see. So for me, I would need to see this reclaim this pivot here of 377. Otherwise, you could short it under 370. Citibank kind of looks identical to Netflix, actually. You know, Citi, of all the banks, this is one that I thought would perform better this year. It has not performed great. Basically, they had a large exposure to Russia, so that was an unforeseen circumstance, in my opinion. And management has not been doing a great job. So this is a clear bear flag and could potentially be coming down further. So look for a break below 56 to short it, or above 57.50 to long it. Probably not going to do any earning plays tonight. Twitter is interesting, right? Because Elon coming up against Twitter, is that going to cause this bull flag to turn into a distribution flag? So I think it's evident by this breakout here and automatic reversal that this could be distribution and we could be coming down more. So there's no way that what Elon tweeted is good for Twitter. So look for this potentially to come down all the way down to 35 this week. And if not, if it can somehow get back above 39.50, you could see a run up to 41. So it just all depends which side it breaks, right? Am I still bearish on Neo? I mean, it hit my $13 target. So now it's kind of doing what I thought it would do. China's been doing good lately. Not sure how the Shanghai lockdown is going to affect NEO. I imagine it can't be great, especially if they have production facilities there. It is kind of in this channel. It broke out and then came back in. It is in a bear flag right now, which I don't love. So I would be more bearish than bullish on this. See if it can come down to 1750. If it somehow can get back above 2060, 2075, then it can fill that gap and go higher. But the data says it's going lower. Again, square, rounded top. Looks like it broke out above this trading range, so it's been trading in this 130 to 92 range, 130 to 100 range for a while. Broke out, got rejected, came back down. We had a selling climax right here. You can see that it was met with the automatic reversal, and now we're starting to make a bear flag. This looks like it wants to come down further, so I would put this at least at 120. And if it can't hold 120, then it's got 112, and then 102, 92, and then 83 potentially. I've been looking at apps lately. I actually charted it out this weekend, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I did it on this profile, but man, all of these, hold on, Christopher. All of these just have this rounding pattern that I hate. So they're either gonna round, hit this pivot and move, or they're just gonna round right back down. I think I need apps to get over 45 and break this downtrend for me to get excited about it. Alright, here's your BX. Stop your whining. Almost wrote about Roblox this weekend. Might still tweet it out. Not sure yet. So, I don't love the ending price action on Friday. That's a pretty bearish way to end the day. I do love that it's above this downtrend and looks like it's been bouncing every time. So that I do love. So look for this to hold 122.70 and probably get an early entry over 124.50. Maybe see a run to 127 and higher. Yeah, I'm still in VTNR, so I'm excited for that. This thing looks gorgeous. This was one of my top squeezes that I've been calling out since $7. So look for this to continue. Really looks beautiful. I think this can hit $11 this week. If you're looking for an oil play, this might be my top one. Blocks. Let's start over. So one thing I've been noticing on Roblox lately is, let me get this line right. There we go. So you got this nice downtrend that it's been bouncing on since November, right? Well, it finally broke that and has held it for a week. So if we were to look at like the oops, not the 1 month, the weekly candles, you can see clearly broke the weekly downtrend and closed above it. Even the daily candles look pretty good. So daily candles rejected, came up, bullish engulfing, had the hammer reversal, we're at the retest here. So as long as this holds 45, yeah, I've been waiting on that bill to get passed for freaking forever, and I think that's going to help Intel a lot. I don't know if it's going to be immediate response, but I would imagine they get a small boost from it. If it's not priced in, I'd be super surprised. But I do like Roblox. I almost put this in the newsletter this week. I think honestly, if this can get back above 48 this week, we got something on it. So I'm going to go back on the hourly here. I'm going to set myself up. Again, similar to some of the other stocks here, don't love this formation here to end the day Friday. It's very bearish, the fact that it broke down that hard. Couldn't get back over 47. But I would say set yourself an alarm. 47, maybe 48 bucks. I'll set one for myself even. Could be pretty good. Oh, the newsletter, you just go to the financial.cloud/join. All the plans include it, so cheapest plan is 25 bucks. Our top plan is 80 bucks, which includes all Discord features, our flow, our algorithms, our live trading, and so on and so forth. But if you just want the newsletter, then the simple plan is probably the one to go. Alright. Yeah, if you guys want to look at Zim, I can look at Zim. You know, this was the chart I tweeted. We can look at it a little bit more in depth, but you know, one of the things I was talking about was the relative strength on it. I think that's important to look at. Is you can see you had relative strength here, 22.56, same price action, you're sitting at 27. So you have clear divergence there with strength curving up, and you do have a downtrend break as well. So I really like this over 69. I would say set yourself a nice alarm above this range break around 69. And enter there. What's up, Alex? Also, if you're not in the Discord Ghost, it's discord.gg/thefinancialcloud. We do have a lot of good free stuff as well as premium stuff. All right. There's a RTX you want me to look at and SWX. So obviously military and oil has been super hot lately with Ukraine. I think as long as RTX holds this level, should see further upside. It's kind of making a cup here. So again, you got this trading range right here. Just play the trading range breakout over 103, under 102, and go from there. Pretty simple stuff, nothing to overthink about it. I think when people start overthinking things, that's usually when they start to falter. Keep it simple. Simple usually works. Alright, really love these inside candles here on SWX. You got this nice bullish impulse move. You got relative strength. You do have bearish divergence here. That's the only thing I'd worry about. But you know, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inside candles here, and you got this one candle here, which is your retest of this old pivot here. So you got this retest right here. You got the automatic reversal buy up. So I do love that price action there. Volume has been pretty consistent as well, and so you did have big volume on this last candle to get bought up. Pretty much, again, you got your trading range here. Just look for a breakout of the trading range. You could play an early entry over 79.30 and breakout over 79.70. Let me look at what oil's doing right now. I could see commodities ran really hard last week, so I could see them take a breather this week. I'm feeling everything's going to take kind of a breather this week. I'm just going to be scalping and trading light this week. Yeah, I mean, oil's down 3%, metals and commodities are down 2 to 3% across the board. So I do expect potentially some pullback in oil this week. Yeah, Chris, we can look at that now. I'm getting a little headache still, so probably going to look at futures and commodities and call her a night. Alright, so you can see futures clearly open and just sold straight off today. Already down almost 0.5%. We just broke below this old pivot here, now testing this pivot. So we're in this zone here where it's going to decide whether it wants to bounce or we have further downside. So right now it looks like we're more bearish than bullish, unfortunately. I guess it matters if you're long or short, right? So yeah, Ben, we did look at Nvidia. I thought you were here for that, right? Told you it's in a bear flag right here. Play the breakout over 280 or the breakdown over 273. So yeah, scalp week sounds fun, right? Chris Rock got punched by Will Smith. Was it a skit? interesting. This is the chart that I tweeted out. And you can see it's starting, looks very similar to the NQ chart, so no reason to really look at that. Alright, we looked at Tesla already. Airbnb I haven't looked at yet. I haven't looked at Snow. Airbnb looks like it's just trading in a range. So it's got like this rising flag. So I'd say either play the range bounces or the breaks. So if it bounces, you know, play the opposite. If it breaks down the range, then play the downside or play the upside, right? Snow looks very similar to a lot of the stocks we looked at. You know, it has these nice flags, but it's chilling in a bear flag inside the larger flag. Had these nice sell-offs here on Friday and then created this flag to end the day. So a lot of these are just looking to me like we're going to go down to start Monday at least, right? So zoom closer on Airbnb. You want me to go in on like the 5 minute? I'm assuming you're talking because of the nice run to end the day Friday. It's still chilling below the pivot, so until it gets below that, I'm not a buyer. But zoom out. Oh, you did say zoom out. Alright, let's go to the daily. I mean, that doesn't change my opinion. I don't think COVID's going to help your case on this either. I think the China lockdown's probably going to hurt it. Well, thank you. I've been putting work into that S&P chart. Alright. Did Facebook, Keith. LMT, similar to RTX, right? Pretty much identical charts. Hello, Randy. Trade desk. You guys are just gonna keep spitting tickers out. Alright. So again, you got your range here. I don't love that it broke the uptrend and failed to reclaim it. So this is probably going to keel over as well. But either way, play the range break above 456, 457, below 450. And that's how you know which way to play. Alright, no more tickers. Alright, trade desk. Super bearish looking. Trade desk is also a very overvalued stock. I love shorting this one. I short it as much as I can. Pays very well when you short it. There we go. So, I had a nice buy up at the end of the day Friday, but still sitting below where all the volume is at. I would say if it can reclaim 65, 75, 66, you could go long. Otherwise, if you could get back below 64, we can short it. And if it gets back below 64, most likely coming down to that 61 area, breaks through there, you're going to see the pivots down to 60. and then potentially down to 57. So, alright, Han is the last one. Then we'll wrap her up, throw a bow on it, call her a night. Han actually looks pretty damn good. This is one of the first ones I've seen that has a bullish engulfing the end of the day inside a bull flag. Had your nice RSI bounce here off your RSI average. So, yeah, it's a good find. I think it needs to get over 198. And you should see potentially that gap filled at 207. So, I think it wants it. Let's see though. Yeah, you got some nice buying on this run here. You got a nice buying at the end of the day here. If this can get over, I think it can fill that gap, but then maybe it comes down after that. Tatum, you're late. Ugh. Yeah, Dow has been strong this year. It's been the best performing major index, so just as predicted. Wizard is always on time. He arrives exactly when he means to, right? Alright, everyone. That's going to do it for me. A little bit shorter tonight. I'm going to try to get some extra sleep tonight, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great night, everyone. If you like the info, as always, give a nice thumbs up and hit that subscribe button.